with today's video, and today's the last December daily video for 2015, even though it's 2016. I really wanted to do a album walkthrough for the last video, or should I say albums, because there's two of them. So this is the one album that I started, and obviously, as you've seen me progress, it's gotten chunkier and chunkier, so I did end up needing to do another album, but you know what? I'm just going with it. So I have been using this canvas album, which was a handbook from Studio Calico. I really want to get another white one like this from the store, Ali Edwards website, and I am. It's in the mail. So when it comes, I'm going to move everything from this album into that one. So there will be two white albums that say 2015 on the spine, like this one. And that will be my December daily for 2015. And I think what I'll do is I'll also decorate the inside of the other white album just like this so that they look alike. And I'm not sure what I'll do for the cover. I might do another button embellishment cover or something. But, or I might just leave it blank. I haven't decided yet. So, oh, you know what would be fun is to have a deer facing this way. I don't know. Maybe, oh, that would be fun. Or like a heart, or I don't know. So, I'm going to do a walkthrough today. But just know that this is actually probably going to change. I'm going to do two white albums. But for now, I'll just show it to you in this canvas album. So, this is part 1, and this is part 2. And I really didn't want to have two albums, but you know, I did so much stuff in December. I went all the way to Uganda, so I feel like it's totally okay for me to have two. So if you want to know how to do anything, there is a process video for each and everything in this album, which is super exciting. I will leave a link below to all the rest of my December daily inspiration videos and the playlist on my channel. So feel free to go back and check any of them out. What I'm mostly going to do in this video is talk about the things that I learned and the things that I really love. But if you want to know how to do something, go back and check those videos out. So, starting off with my button deer, I love this cover. And it really has held up the whole month of December. I had a couple embellishments fall off, but you know what, I just glued them back on and I didn't mind, and I'm being super careful with it, and it's going to go on the shelf, and I love this deer. He just makes me so exciting. I'm so excited, and I love him. And I love the colors, and I love how it's super festive. It just makes me so happy. So, good decision for this cover guy. The inside cover, I did this stamping with all these different images, and I am really happy with it. I feel like it's just a background image now. Like, it doesn't take up a lot of space or anything. Last year I did stamping in the inside too, but I used a bigger image. I used stars. So I think I like the smaller image, but I also like the bigger. So I don't know what I'll do next year. Maybe I'll go with a medium size. My cover. This makes me so happy. I feel like how I did the cover this year just makes me so happy, and every time I look at it, I'm just like, yay! I love the transparency and the doily and the embellishments. It just makes me so happy. So I included the calendar. I didn't circle anything or do anything on here, but you know, I think I like it just like that. So I have my reason why, and I'm so glad I included this. I feel like it really set my December off to the right foot, and kept in mind what I really wanted to do. So, like this last paragraph says, so I participate in December daily because I want to capture the joy, to capture the fun, and remember the excitement, anticipation. I want to remember the traditions and make new memories, and to capture the moment before they're gone. And most of all, I want to remember the real reason for all of it. Joy is not in things, it's in us, and that deserves to be documented. And I really, truly feel like these albums document the joy. Kept this page simple. So I do have this tick list of the things that I wanted to do, and what I did afterwards is I went back and just added little check marks beside the things that I accomplished. I didn't get everything done, but you know, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. It makes me happy. This is one of my favorite elements in my album. I love this embellishment 2x2 pocket, and I love that this Merry Happy Everything fits in that box. I just really like the way that this turned out. Later I went back and added a gold B there for Bissell, which is my last name. Just thought that might be fun. Hopefully you guys can see that. So the day one. One of the things I really enjoyed about this album was the mixed media tags that I included. So I received these tags in the December Daily main kit, and then I did mixed media on them, and I honestly had so much fun doing that. The only problem was that they were quite big, so sometimes I had difficulty including them. So I think next year I might do something mixed media-y again, but maybe on a smaller scale, or give myself more freedom to like cut it up or whatever. I don't know. And I really love this Happy Mail package with the Happy Mail tucked in there. One of the other things that I did this year, which I didn't do last year, was I gave myself more freedom in terms of like the page designs. Like last year, every single day was 2 pages. But this year, I was like, you know, some days not a lot happens, so you can combine pages. So I did. So like here you have 6, 7, 8, and 9 on one page. And I love the way that that turned out. One of the other things I really enjoyed this year was using my fuse tool. I used that a few times, like here. Also used my fuse tool here. I think I added this after you guys saw it, but I felt like it was a good divider page because the 10th is when I got ready to leave for Uganda, so I felt like I wanted some kind of divider there. So that's fun. I really enjoyed including pockets and things this year. So I definitely would want to do that again. I wanted to try to be a little more careful about including so many inserts so that my album could be smaller. But you know what? I love all the inserts I did include. So I don't think I would want to give that up because I just really enjoyed them. Also really liked it when I included see-through pockets. I didn't really do that many this year, but I think next year if I were to do it again, I would include more like see-through pocket elements. I also really love how, sorry, not supposed to show those kids. Also really love how simple I kept it this year. I mean, it's not simple for everyone. I know there's some people who do pages a lot more simple than this, but it's simple for me. Like just a couple embellishments and a little bit of journaling. And there you go. So that's the end of the first book. I went back and added this 6x8 paper that says there ought to be more merrymaking and just cut it in half to put in those 2 4x6 pockets. And then added a gold glitter heart from 7 paper. And the funny thing is there is more merrymaking in book number 2. So that's the first one. Let's look at the second album. So this one's really full, but again, the rings in this album are smaller than the other album, so I think when I get the other white album, it won't be a problem. So what I did do was I went back and added a cover page because I felt like there needed to be something here. And I didn't film this one, so I'll just take a moment to tell you about it. This was a large 12x12 paper that I got from Janice. I don't know which company it comes from, but it had this statement, "It is the happiest season of all." And I thought that would be fun for a cover page. And then I just added, just to open this up for a second, 2 pieces of washi tape along here. So this gold snowflake washi tape, and then also this, I'm not sure where this came from, it was a gift, but this gold heart washi tape came from Freckled Fawn. And then I just stamped the dates that you find in this book, which is the 17th to the 31st. And added the gold puffy heart from Freckled Fawn. I love the way this page worked out. So what I did was the next page was a 2 4x6 pockets. So all I did was take that 12x12 paper, cut it down to 6x8, and then glue it onto the page protector so that it goes together. And I think it actually works out okay. So that's a tip if you have pages that don't necessarily like go together in terms of the page protector. You can glue the page protectors together. And I think I've seen Kelly Purkey do that before. I really love how this year I included lots of large 6x8 photos. I only did that like once or twice last year, and I really love that element. So I think next year I'll do more of that. I don't know if I'll do 6x8 again. I might do a different size. And then I added this paper clip here afterwards. It just says lovely. And I think it comes from Crate Paper. And the reason I added it was because all of these pages, as you saw in the process video, are the same or like similar, like it's a picture and then journaling for each of the home visits I did. And I sort of wanted to just like hold those pages together, showing that they are part of one thing. So just stick that paper clip there. And I love that little gold element that pops through the top of the album. That's another thing I did this year, which I didn't do last year. Last year I tried to keep everything in the page protectors, and I didn't really have elements pop up. But this year I had like ribbon and tags and paper clips and things pop out the top and stuff, and some tabs poking out the side, and I really like that. So I also did some elements outside of the page protectors, which I enjoyed. Just gives you something to touch and to feel and to play with. So I did journaling on photos this year, which was different. I don't think I did that at all last year, or if I did, only a couple times, and I really like that. I included some flip pockets and more like interactive elements, which was really fun. I think next year I want to do that more. Let's see. I also added some pages like this, like 6x8 papers, like outside of a page protector. And I love that. You can feel things. I don't know, that sounds weird to say, but you can feel the embellishments. Just gives something like a different kind of texture, and it sort of stops you a little bit because it's a little different. So I really like that element. There's also some hidden journaling in here, so years later I could go back and read it, but if you're just flipping through, you don't have to stop and read. Oh, one of the things I really love that I did this year, which I didn't do last year, was include vellum that I had printed on or done a design on, and I love that just feature. I just think it looks really cool. It just gives something else to look at, so I definitely would want to do that again. Sometimes I cut down the page protectors, which was fun, just to give a different element. Again, another interactive element. And one of the things I really enjoy was using inserts that were different shapes and sizes. So just to give different levels of things. Really enjoyed that. I used some ephemera like this bag. Really love this. You know, I just really enjoy looking back at the different pages and the different memories and photos. This is probably, like, December Daily is probably one of my favorite projects that I do all year. Last year was the first year I did it, and I loved it, and I love it just as much this year, and I can't wait to do it again next year. Actually, I can wait. I'm a little tired right now of December Daily, so I'm excited that the project is done, but I'm also looking forward to next year. I think this spread right here is my favorite in the whole entire album of December Daily. I love everything about it. I love the touches of gold, the black and pink, the colors. I just think it all worked out really well. Photos are also really sweet. And then here's the last page. And I even included this year some not so happy things, like my crazy, horrible journey home after being in Uganda. But you know, I love that it's in here because I feel like it tells part of the story. And I think years from now we'll just look back and laugh about this epic, crazy journey, bummer. I think it is all part of the story. And there's the last page. So I'm looking forward to getting the other white album, December Daily white album, so that they can both be in the same album. And it's coming in the mail, so hopefully I get it soon. But other than that, I think that's it. I mean, I don't really have a lot to say. I feel like I've done a process video for each and every single one of these layouts, so it's a little hard for me to think of things to say. But I want to give you some encouragement that if you want to do this project next year, I highly encourage you to do it. I love this project so much. It's a lot of work. Yes, it's a lot of work. But when it's all done and said and done, and you can look back and see all of the projects you've created, when you can look back and see all of the pages and the photos and see your memories from a whole entire Christmas season, it really is so much fun. And even if you feel like you're a person who doesn't do anything exciting, there's still exciting things in your life. Like last year, I stayed home and just did my home thing, and I'm single, I don't have kids, I live with my parents, so not a lot of exciting things, but you know, I love looking back at that album. And I know years from now, I'm going to love looking back at this album, which includes my trip to Uganda as well. So I say go for it. Dive in. Feet first. Head first. Whatever. Just dive in. And try it, because I think when you're finished and you look back at the project, you'll be so thankful that you included all those photos from daily life and you documented it. And even when you had to include photos that like weren't amazing photos and were a little grainy or dark, I mean, they still are part of a story. And looking back and being able to see the movies that I watched, looking back and seeing the traditions and Skype calls and the weather, all just make me really happy. And I think it's so fun to be able to do that and to be able to document that in a December Daily. Anyways, that's it for me today, and that's it for my 2015 December Daily. Thank you so much, everybody, for following me along on this crazy, epic adventure. My adventure to Uganda and back, but also my adventure in doing all of these videos. I really appreciate all of you who have been following along, commenting, liking, subscribing. And I really am looking forward to a new year. I'm looking forward to 2016 and all of the amazing projects that I'm going to create, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and if you're still working on your December Daily, I want to say you can do it. Bye, guys.